All right, class. Happy Monday. We're on page 19 in our novel, Call It Courage. The boy lost all sense of time's passage. Every nerve became dulled by tumult. The wind howled above his head, and still Mufasa clung to the lashed steering paddle, clung fast long after strength had vanished, and only the will to live locked his strong fingers about the shaft. So he's holding on to the back of this shaft, and as he moves it this way or that way, that moves the paddle that's in the water that helps steer the boat. And if he doesn't want to tip the boat over, he's got to keep steering the boat so that the nose of the boat crashes through the waves. And so he's battling this storm, and he can't sleep, he can't take some time, he can't let go of that rudder, otherwise for sure the boat will tip over. He held his little craft true to the wind. There was a wave lifting above the canoe. Many the boy had seen, but this was a giant, a monster, livid and hungry. Higher and higher it rose until it seemed that it must scrape at the low-hanging clouds. Its crest, the peak of the wave, heaved over with a vast sigh. The boy saw it coming. He tried to cry out. No sound issued from his throat. Suddenly the wave was upon him. Down it crashed. Chaos. Mufasa felt the paddle tore from his hand. Thunder in his ears, water strangling him, terror in his soul. The canoe slewed around into the trough. The boy flung himself forward, wound his arms around the middle of the boat. It was the end of the world. Good time to make some predictions. Is he going to drown? Is his canoe going to break in half? Is the dog going to survive? The wave passed. Stunned, gasping, Mufasa raised his head and looked about. For a second he could not believe that he was still breathing and had been. He saw Yuri wedged under the bow, choking for air. He pulled the dog free. Then he saw that his string of drinking nuts had vanished. Oh, the wave had washed out his drinking nuts. His fish spear was gone. Oh no, the way to find food is gone. The knife that hung about the neck by a twist of bark had been torn away. Oh no, the knife to defend himself gone. Even his parua of fiber tapa fell from his body as the water soaked it through. Now, that would be like Native Americans who wear like some kind of skirts or shawls made out of animal skin or of some kind of plant. So, in other words, his clothes was ripped from him. He was naked, defenseless, without food or weapon, hurled forward on the breath of the hurricane. Numb of all feelings, empty as a shell, still he clung to life, and the hours droned by. So gradual was the storm's easing that at first the boy was unaware of it. The wind was blowing itself out, moving off into the empty space of the world. Yuri crept towards the prostrate boy, quailing beside him, whimpering soft. Night came and passed. There was no morning mist to dim the splendor of the sunburst across the swinging seas. Far away, the wings of an albatross caught its gold as it wheeled and planed against the roof of the heavens. The only hint of the recent storm lay in the rough and tumbling waters. As the sun climbed through the hot hours of morning, it burned into the boy's body like a sacred fire. Okay, so he's got no protection from the sun. He's got no water to quench his thirst. Remember, you cannot drink ocean water. It's too full of salty. It actually will kill you if you drink too much ocean water. So he can't drink that. Two, it won't quench your thirst. It'll only make you thirstier. Like the sacred fires of the great Mara of Haikura. Mufasa's skin blistered and cracked. His tongue swelled in his throat. He tried to call out a prayer to Maui, but his voice was so thick that the sounds came forth were no more than a hoarse cry. That was the best I could do. The canoe stripped of its sail and mast, without a paddle to guide it in the swift racing current, twisted and shifted in the rushing waters. As 1 hour merged into another, there came moments of fitful, choking slumber, a growing agony of thirst for the boy and his dog. The sun burned into them like an inescapable eye. The current which held Mufasa's canoe fast in its grip was bearing it swiftly on towards its mysterious destination. And thus the day passed, while night once more descended, bringing blessed relief from the sun. Oh, yay, it's nighttime in the middle of the ocean. I can't paddle anywhere. I don't have a sail to sail anywhere, and I'm just on this current, and who knows where I'm going, and I have nothing to eat, nothing to drink, and I'm happy the sun isn't burning me anymore. Now we got a little space here, so that's a good indication that there's some time passed. And that's where we'll pick it up tomorrow.